guys, welcome back to Wangui Unfiltered, where we heal, cry kidogo, heal again, and start a life. Figured it out. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, babe, see you my person. So today, chenye naongelelea najua itakutrigger kwa most of you, najua itawasumbua. So ebu bakola jue the delusions we will live in relationships. DELULU is the solution. So let's get on this video. You see that moment, you meet a guy, you go all excited. You start acting with the HR in heaven. Unasema, God, ukinipea huyu, I'll change. You've seen some kakatabu. Yenye unaona, ama kitu haikubambi. But you're like, God, ukinipea huyu, nitachange. If there's something the ladies lie to themselves, I'll change this one. Because first of all, babes, you're not a mechanic. You're not a Gikomba's dream guy who fixes the matruma and everything. If a person wants to change, that comes from self-awareness. They know I'm not supposed to do this, I'm not supposed to be this, now let me change. But you can never change a man. I remember there was a time, there was this guy I was dating. Guy, maybe I'm a victim. Kama wewe ni victim, hizi vitu tukisema kila point unainua mkono. Because I was there. I was dating this guy. And I didn't like his dress. Personally, I'm so invested in what a person wears. Like, look when I say, mimi utavaa kitu nikwambia, boss, hiyo haikukai vizuri. So this guy used to dress kishambo. I won't say that day I was dating. And I was like, huyu tu tunaweza date. Si polepole tu namchange. I remember, I wrote him a long paragraph of how I'd want him to look like. Oh, when he will be on this, he'll be looking like this. After writing your paragraph, yote, you guys say, sawa. Well, emotional damage. Ati sawa. Mtu anakwambia, unamcorrect anakwambia sawa. That's when I learned you can't change a person. If there's something that you feel you can't live with, yeah? Ebu achana na yeye. Acha aende. Because we see the mechanic wants to fix people's lives through change through family. You can't do that. So let's learn to embrace what we can hold in, what we can live with. Because that's a delusion number one, that you will always lie to yourself. At a character, in this I mean at a character. Unaona character ya mse. You can't say at when you get to him at you will change him. You can't, girl, you can't, and you will not change him. So take what you can handle. Stop saying that I'll change him. I'll change him, that's a delusion, and it can never happen. Number 2, delusion. They didn't make it happen. As he will change when he realizes my value. Kai, ladies, ebu kujeni ni wangu. A man can never change because ameona value yako. That one can never happen. So you stay in a relationship hoping that one day this man will wake up, yawn, stretch, then say I've changed. Because I've seen Wangui is of value, because I've seen Wangui's dress, what? Let me change. That can never happen. If a man hasn't seen you value 46 times, don't expect that on the 47th time he will see you value. value. He will not. If a man disrespects you 97 times, don't expect at the 98th time ataona value yako change. That's a lie. That can never happen. And if he doesn't value you from the beginning, don't expect that at some point after 3 years or after 6 years he will come to value you. That's a lie. That's a delusion. People change because they choose to change, not because you are valuable. They change because they choose to change, not because you are valuable. So, your value is not a secret recipe. They need to discover. It's visible from day one. If a person values you from day one, it should be visible. Ati usingoje ati sijui after how long that person will value you ati a change. That can never happen. So that's delusion number 2. If you are victims of that, hand up. I am a victim of that. Tumesema kwa kila point kama wewe ni victim, unainua mkono. Like mimi, I was that girl who would look classy, who would look good. And I'm like, ladies have complained about this aspect of character in this man. So Mimi, I remember that guy. The same guy who I was trying to change the dress for. That guy was catering multiple women at the same time. And the girls were of my circle. So I was like, naangalia the girls, I'm like, me naka highly valuable, I'm dressing good, I'm looking good. You know, kuna vile, unezaona huyu dem ana dress seductively, Mimi, I was very, what do I say, decent. I was very decent. I was doing makeup well, I was doing, so I knew this guy would find me valuable to change all those characters that the other ladies are saying. Do I have that person now in my life? No. Why? Because at some point you realize that even your value can't keep a man who doesn't want to be kept. It doesn't happen that way. Na haitawahi fanyika hivyo. So don't think that he will notice your value so that it can change. That's not it. That's a lie, guys. It cannot and it can never happen. So another one is, am I overreacting? Guys, you know that moment someone does something to you, una feel hurt kabisa, then you gaslight yourself. You're like, no, maybe I'm overreacting. No, maybe I'm too sensitive. Oh, maybe I misunderstood. Oh, maybe I'm dramatic. Your intuition is sending you a voice note and you're ignoring it. When something feels off, it usually is. Listen to your body, not to your heart. Use here. I tell ladies to use their mind, not their heart. Unapata mtu anakuweka in a position that they want you to feel like you're overreacting, you're dramatic, yet you are hurt. Uko hurt kabisa. Huyu mtu amekuhurt but anakufanya ukae ni kama you are the problem. Then unaanza kujigaslight, ama overreact, ama na overthink, ama nafikiria sana. There are times I used to get hurt and tell myself like, I remember before now we started dating, like ile kabisa officially with Mr. G. He had a girlfriend. I had stated that story in the dating stories. He had a girlfriend. So there was some small madharau I would say. Then I would gaslight myself and say, I'm overthinking. I'm overthinking he has someone else because he's not replying my texts. When it comes to weekends, he's not talking to me. So I'm like, I'm an overthink. Maybe he's busy doing his house chores in the house because he was a bachelor, or maybe he was. But at the end of it all, I saw him posting a girl that he loved. So I was reasoning with my heart rather than using my brain. I was actually settling for less because when I left, he realized, oh, I needed this girl more than them. I needed the other one. So when they broke up, he came to me, apologized, everything. And he started showing me my value. He started replying to text. He started to show me, the woman that I am. He started behaving like what I'd wanted before. You get? So don't say like you're overthinking or you're dramatic or whatever you're feeling. Your intuition is right. Whatever you're feeling, that's it. That's how he is or she is. So stop that delusion. And I will say DELULU is the solution. If you're not learning from these episodes that I'm giving, guys, akiwa learn hutawaila utashinanga tu hapo stuck, very stuck. So kama wewe ni victim, again, inua mkono. Inua mkono vizuri tuione. Inua mkono vizuri. Maybe I'm lifting up my hand very well. Inua mkono vizuri. We are all victims of this. Ndio. DELULU is a solution. Another delusion, as if I leave, I won't find someone better. This delusion has kept women in emotional imprisonment, because you're like, nikitoka nitapata bana, there are 8 billion people out here. It's like standing on butter shop. You're like, I won't find another shoe because I'm in butter. No, guys. What wamejaa nje, people are out here, and the fear is linked to you because your future is bigger than that one relationship. You find that God is pushing you to get into another relationship or get to another person so that you can learn your potential. Have you realized that you can date one person and keep revolving around the same part or the same area over and over again? Hakuna movement, you're just stagnant. So don't say, if I leave this person, I won't find another. There is this statement some people use that better the devil you know than the angel you don't know. Will you be dealing with a devil, get drained emotionally just because you don't want to go find the angel you don't know? Sorry guys. That's a delusion. That's a delusion that you guys should get over, especially ladies. You get emotional trauma while being with that person just because you're like, will I find someone like him? And he's getting you through emotional torture. Ebu wacheni mchezo, ladies. Ebu tuache mchezo, because you can't tell me ati sijui. Tuache hiyo mchezo, please. Tuache hiyo mchezo. Watu wamejua huku nje, and I always tell women, they are not 12 like the disciples of Jesus. You get your perfect match. A person will value you, respect you the way you are. They don't mind how you look like the way, kunaye, huku nje kunaye. There is one. Delusion number 4, when a person is jealous. And you think a little jealousy means he loves me. That's insecurity, guys. Jealousy means insecurity. It doesn't mean that person loves you. Actually, that person is isolating you from friends, from interacting with people. Like for me, my husband actually isolates from street, talking with men because he feels jealous when I talk to this man or that. That's an FBI agent. That's a DCI, because a person who loves you will trust you with whoever person you are talking with, you spend time with, because you as a person, you know your boundaries. Another delusion, I've written it here. As long as we love each other, we will make it. Guys, love is cute. It's truly beautiful, but without boundaries, without communication, without purpose, without accountability, it will be just vibes and heartbreaks. Mnapeana tu vibes ati juu mnapendana, but it will be just heartbreaks. Then there's that time ati mnakuanga na argument, then at the end of argument bado hamjamaliza argument, hamjasolve, but the guy or the lady tells you, babes, unajua nakupenda. That's the biggest lie that you guys will ever lie to yourselves. Ati mnamaliza argument na babes, unajua nakupenda. Okay, well, mnapendana, but hizo ni vibes mnapeana. But without boundaries, communication, accountability, purpose, you will not make it. It will be too vibes, heartbreaks. Love is not a replacement for healthy behavior. Love is not therapy. Love is not good character. Love is not self-awareness. Love is a seed. As you water it, it's supposed to grow. Don't be lying to yourself after everything we've been through together. See, I love. See, I do. I love you should come in as a compliment, not when you guys are having arguments. The person is trying to prove they are loved. No, it's not even. It doesn't even work that way. So, water your seed, and your seed here is love. You communicate. If the person does something that you think it doesn't resonate with you, call them out. Mwambie bana hii haiwezi, hii sioni, hii haihappen. And sometimes we find ourselves fearing to tell someone their mistakes because we don't want to be left. Unaogopa kuachwa. I'm like, are they 12 like the disciples of Jesus? They are not. If this person doesn't resonate with what you want, you can get another person who does that. Sawa, you can get another person who does that. And people have a lot of paranoia in relationships. Unaogopa kuachwa, unaogopa sijui mtu akwambie. Kwanza there is a statement, unaulizanga mtu ati unanipenda, anakwambia nani anakwambia anakuchukia. So they try acting like the victim is. You're asking a question but they are turning it against you. Nani amekwambia anakuchukia? That doesn't mean they love you. They totally said the opposite of what you've asked. So don't put that notion that if we love each other, we will make it into relationships. That can't work. With all that said and done, what does actual healing look like for you? Hizo vitu zote nimelist zimekuwa na penye. Sasa umeanza process ya healing. Healing inakaaje kwako? Number 1 is you learn to sit alone without feeling lonely. Whenever you find yourself ati lazima ukuwe na mtu ndio ufeel uko satisfied or ufeel uko fulfilled, then you are wrong. Learn to sit alone without feeling lonely. That moment when you sit alone, unajipatanga una reflect on some things. Like you are able to think straight. And like when you're with someone, they are helping you think. Because unamwambia na feel hivi, anakwambia mi na feel udu hivi. So sit alone without feeling lonely. Number 2, learn new patterns without shaming yourself. There was a podcast I was listening to today morning, and that lady was saying, if you don't learn from your mistakes right now, they will keep on repeating themselves until you learn. Sawa. So kama umefanya mistake kwa hii relationship ya hizo vitu zote nimekuambia, in the next relationship ukidhani umeheal, utajipata umerudia tena kama haujakubali you did a mistake and you didn't learn from it. So utapata you will be moving on from one relationship to another, thinking that the people are the problem, but you are the problem. Because problem, who are a problem, who, whatever. You are the problem because you are not learning from your mistakes. You are not learning. So, again, ensure that you learn from your mistakes so that when you go to the next relationship, at least it will be fulfilling because you've healed on yourself. The other one is be honest about your wounds. I told you guys about journaling. Whenever you feel hurt, andika. Whenever you feel bad, andika. If you need to write while crying, please do that. That will help you heal and let out what you feel, then get solutions to it. So be honest about your wounds, then be patient with yourself. Healing haikujangi ati nimeheartbreakiwa leo, then I pray to God, oh God heal me, kesho niko sawa, I'm moving to the next relationship. No, kuna time utakaa hivi ukumbuke na fulani alinifanyianga, uanze kulia, unaitoa. Na fulani sijui aliniambia mimi si mrembo, uitoe tena. You know, healing is a gradual process. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen instantly, but eventually you will heal. Then, ask God for healing instead of asking people to fill your void. There was one mistake that I once made, a very, very bad mistake that I realized right now, even if such a thing happens, I will never do that again. I used to get heartbroken kwa hii relationship na imeisha, I move on to the next relationship very fast so that I can heal while I'm there. No one will ever heal you in a relationship. Actually, when you carry your emotional baggage to another person, that person can't handle your baggage. You must deal with your baggage first before you go into the next relationship. So I used to hoping from heartbreakiwa relationship inaenda next ati nitahili. Wanasemanga utahili kwa site, unahili, I don't know how they say it, but that doesn't actually help. Then you choose peace over chaos. Choosing peace means you don't argue, you don't keep on begging for attention, you don't keep on begging for people to be with you. That's choosing peace. Actually, being alone is choosing peace. Another one is choose clarity over anxiety. If you are in a relationship right now, ensure that you know what you guys are and what you two are doing in that relationship. Unaona hiyo swali ya what are we? Kuna watu wanasemanga tukiuliza what are we umeband. Actually, it's the best thing to just get the clarity. Juu unaweza kuwa kwa relationship na unajidate peke yako. So you must get clarity. You must know tumeachana juu ya nini. You get that clarity. Ensure you know ni mistake gani nimefanya ndio nikaachwa. So that before you move on to the next relationship, you correct whatever you did in your previous relationship so that you don't carry the baggage to the other person. So, thank you guys for being with me here all along this video. Which delusion finished you completely? Ukasikia, hii ni mimi. Are you healed or are you in the process of healing? Ebu comment hapo chini uniambie. Ni delusion gani umeresonate na 100% kusema, this one is me. If you want part 2 of this video, because niko na delusions mingi sana. If you want a part 2 of this video, please comment hapo chini uniambie nimelike hizi delusions, please do a part 2 of this so that I can be learning from it. Sindio? So don't forget to share, like, subscribe. You guys have been amazing. The love you've been showing me, iko amazing sana. And I love you guys sana because you've been supporting, you've been watching. Ensure that you watch all my videos. Now comment hapo chini. What do you think I should improve on? Or what do you think I should do better when it comes to this video? So from me to you, it's a bye-bye. See you on the next video.